Hey everybody out there, I want to give you an update on the radio. So we've done everything on the bottom. So the entire bottom has been completed. And we'll take a look at the schematic so you can see that. You'll see we've got orange everywhere. Right? So that's good. We've got everything in place, at least I think it is. And we're going to plug it in and test it. Now I've already tried it yesterday and I know I have issues that I need to work through. But I'm going to show you what that is, and then I'll tell you how I'm going to go about it. So let me power this thing up and show you how I'm doing that. So you'll see that I have a dim bulb tester here, and basically this goes between the isolation transformer and the radio. And when you turn it on, if that bulb gets really bright, that means you've got a short. Now I know on this one I don't because I've already tested it, but we're going to turn that on and see what happens. I also have the speaker connected right here. And you'll see that the speaker in this thing is really good shape considering its age. So let's turn it on and we'll keep an eye on the dim bulb tester first. Okay, power's been on. I'm going to turn the power switch on the radio. Let's see what happens. It helps when you have the radio plugged into the isolation transformer. Alright, let's try again. Okay. So you'll see the bulb is glowing. You'll see the dim bulb tester. Very dim, which is good. We'll give this thing a second to warm up, and I don't know if you could see this, but the filaments are definitely lighting up, and we've got some sound. Probably the first time this thing's had sound in a long time. But you hear what I have here. I've got a squeal, especially when I turn the tone knob to high. Nothing's coming across. No signal. I do have just an extra wire added to the antenna wire. But you'll see I've got nothing unless I turn this tone knob up. Volume control has no bearing. And tuning this has no bearing. If we turn the tone knob back down, nothing. So what does that tell you? Let me power this thing off first. Okay. So that tells me that the output transformer is working. That's the 2A5 tube, right? That's what its job is to output. And I'm getting output for sure. I'm thinking my issue here is on either the first detector or the second detector. And I know my power section is good, right? Because I'm getting the tubes lit up. That part's working fine. So my next step is to start checking out these connections on the oscillator and on the second detector. Okay? And that's what I'm going to do. One thing I want to show you is this radio has these foil covered tube covers. And one of the things that you need to do to ensure you don't have motor boating or anything like that is make sure that these things are grounded. So if you look here, there is a little solder connection. This thing is connected. And I have these things gator wired to ground, and I've got them over the 57 tubes right there. So I have that in place. Now yesterday when I tested it without those tubes, I was getting a lot of motor boating. So I don't have that problem now, so that's gone away simply because of the tube covers. But I still need to track down what's causing that squeal, and that should be pretty easy to find. I just need to go through the wiring again and make sure I didn't screw anything up. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll come back.
Means of income.
Here's an update. As you can hear, the radio's playing, but still has a lot of problems. So let me recap what I've done so far. The two trim caps, which are A3 and A5, I had wired incorrectly. So what I've done is I've removed, you'll see when I put my hand there it changes. So when I removed them all and I gator wired them in the correct order, and that's changed things around. So I've gotten rid of some of the squeal. The volume control has no bearing, nothing, does nothing, and the tone control really creates like a feedback, I think, like that. The thing is in really bad need of an alignment, and I've got to figure that out, but I'm getting close. Still working through it, but I wanted to at least share with you what I've got going on here. Really hard to get the stations in, like this. I only get one station. I get a lot of that. The station I just had, I lost now. Anyway. Anyway, that's what I've got going on. So back to the drawing board here. We're making progress. Thanks. Just one last update for today. I adjusted the trim screw on A2 on this, and I've gotten the station in much better. So I think it's really just a question of this thing being completely misadjusted, probably because I ripped all the wires out. So you'll see here, the problem area that I have is A3, that's the trim cap. There's A2 that I just adjusted, and then A5. So I have A5 and A3 connected correctly. I don't have them adjusted correctly, I haven't aligned it yet, and I've just adjusted A2. So that's where we are, okay? I'm going to end this video for today and troubleshoot a little bit more, and then I'll come back with a more comprehensive update. That's where we are, but there's sound coming out of this thing, probably for the first time in about 50 years. So, making progress. Thanks, folks. This is Ron.